podcast of Smokescreen News, coming directly to your campus with all the important facts and stories that concern you, the University of Westminster student. So, on to this week's stories. We joined the ongoing debate concerning Muslim dress and its role in Western society by airing the opinions of a Westminster student. We addressed the banning of last week's issue of The Smoke, and interview Alfie Dennen, the founder of Moblog, on the success of the internet service and its future.
Recently, Jack Straw made a decision to ask women visiting him in his constituency to uncover their faces. This prompted debate as to whether the wearing of burqas and veils amongst Muslim women is an inhibitor to integration. Whilst Jack Straw stresses the importance of face-to-face contact, other Muslim leaders have claimed it an affront to their followers' beliefs. We spoke to University of Westminster student Shema. Does the government have any right to suggest how individuals should dress?
I really don't think so, because if you think about it, it just takes away from their individual freedom, does it? I don't see any MP or politician telling people that they can't, dye their hair blue or dress a certain way or pierce their body. So I don't see why anything else, any issue of individual appearance should be any different.
Do you think religious dress such as the scarf or the veil impedes integration?
I don't think so, to be quite honest. It's about a person's personality and about a person coming across as, friendly or unfriendly. So I think integration is all about character. And, I know a lot of people that aren't veiled and are not wearing scarves and have difficulty integrating. So I don't think what you wear should be an issue.
Would it help community relations if Muslim women refrained from wearing veils in public?
No, not at all, because if you think about it, if they do that and they're forced not to wear the veils and the hijab or the scarf, they'll just feel that they'll feel singled out, and they will feel that their own freedom to express themselves religiously is taken away from them, and what that is going to do is just going to turn them against society. So it's in no way helping. I don't feel any different from anybody else. I come in, I go to classes, I have friends, and to be quite honest, I don't even feel that I'm wearing the scarf, so it really doesn't get in the way of anything.
Do you feel that there's any separation within the university?
No, I haven't experienced it. There might be. I don't think of myself as a part of the Muslim group and the Muslim group only. I'm just a student like anybody else, and so I don't feel there's a separation. I mean, if there is, then I'm not part of it.
Shema, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Whilst this may seem an extreme case, the Netherlands and other European communities are following suit. So the debate over the Muslim veil seems set to run. I spoke to leading press expert Chris Horry. Hi Chris. Chris, can you see anything in the article that would cause it to be pulled?
No, I mean, it's not the world's greatest article. I think it is a bit biased and perhaps even slightly unfair to the student union, but that's just poor journalism, and that's not a criminal offence. If every time an inferior kind of article was published and the newspapers were pulped, then we'd never have any newspapers at all. But there's no legal grounds here, no particular difficulty for the student union as a publisher, and I can't think why they've done this.
So you don't think it's right that students' work should be censored in this way?
On this particular article, no. I mean, there's nothing. If they'd libelled somebody or broken some kind of law and the student union as a publisher was being threatened with legal action, then perhaps they would have had to take this step.
Hi Chris. Chris, can you see anything in the article that would cause it to be pulled?
There's nothing in this article that's illegal or would create a publishing problem for the student union as publisher, as far as I can see. It does rather seem that they just don't like it, and that isn't any kind of grounds to withdraw a newspaper.
On what basis do you think they don't like it?
It does seem to be a bit biased. It's not a very good article in my opinion. It doesn't balance it up. They say they tried to get a balancing comment from the student union, but they failed to do that. I know that's difficult, but it's their responsibility to try and balance it. So it's poor journalism, and on a course you would not give it very high marks, and readers wouldn't be very interested in it because they can see it's biased. but there's absolutely no reason to react in this way.
Okay. Do you think it's right that the students' work should be censored in this way?
On this particular article, there's no reason that I can see as to why it shouldn't be run, and the Students' Union, as long as they've attempted to, even if they didn't even attempt to get a balancing opinion, that would just be very poor journalism and something that would be picked up in the next issue, or they just wouldn't get many readers because it's rubbish journalism. But there's no grounds to ban it.
Okay. Have you ever heard of anything, any other similar case to this occurring in Westminster University?
No.
You haven't? What about in your professional career to date?
A newspaper withdrawn just because it expresses unpopular opinions? No.
Chris Horry, thank you very much.
Blogging. I do it, you do it. Even the leader of the Conservatives, David Cameron, does it. But in a world where every man and his dog has a blog, what can make you stand out is if you get there first. During the 7/7 bombings, the first pictures from inside the train weren't published in a newspaper, but on a blog. I spoke to the co-founder of Moblog, Alfie Denin, about how mobile blogging is enabling people to get their pictures published as soon as they're taken.
Moblog is a blog for people with camera phones. So instead of working on your blog from your computer, you're working on it from your phone. Anything that you capture on your phone, you can upload instantly to your own blog, basically.
And why would people want to?
I think that not everyone wants to, but it's becoming a lot more common because everyone has a camera phone these days. I think it's something like 75% of all cameras, all phones shipped have a camera in them. And so you're always taking pictures, but generally people are just showing them in the pub or whatever, or hey, look at this, what we did last night. But because it's also intersecting with a far greater kind of use of the web in sharing material and content through email or through instant messaging, having a space where all of your content that you've captured on your phone is actually on a web space doesn't make you like a blogger. It's a practical solution to getting the content on your phone onto the web. So we provide a technology which lets people send up content from their phones or any mobile device to their own web space. So what we are basically a community of people that like to do this sort of thing. And they all interact, and the technology that drives that is also then really useful for people like musicians, film stars. Obviously, having an instant view of what is happening in someone's life is something which lots of fanboys and fangirls are going to love. And so the technology is there for people like that. And really what we are is a blogging company with very little commercial aims, really.
And how does this tie into so-called citizen journalism?
Well, there's loads of instances, examples where someone with a camera phone has been at the scene of some event which is newsworthy. First of all, I'd like to say that I don't really agree with the term citizen journalism. It's not accurate, it's not journalism, it's just the fact that you're there at the wrong or the right time. And that's always been the case, And it's like, it's not letters to the editor, but it's tantamount to it. It's just that, for example, last night there was a light aircraft crashed into an apartment building in Manhattan. There's a photo agency called Scooped, which caters to individuals in the public who happen to be at this sort of place and time. They've marketed very well, and so instantly they were sent images from the Manhattan area, which they were then able to sell into newspapers, nationals, internationals, to become front pages. So that's the intersection. The fact that now mobile operators have opened up the channels for you to be able to send your content from your phone to the web, and then agencies like Scooped are there to provide an interface for an average person to the press. The technology that drives that is also then really useful for people like musicians, film stars. Obviously, having an instant view of what is happening in someone's life is something which lots of fanboys and fangirls are going to love. And so the technology is there for people like that.
What are the next steps for Moblog?
Take over the world, slowly. I've got my chair. It's got the take over the world chair. I'm allergic to cats, so I can't have a little cat. But we're just growing. And as more people become aware of blogging from their phones and how useful it is, we're just watching you know, more and more people come to blog with us.
What the heck are you guys doing? Trying to ruin my life? Make me look like a freaking idiot?
Yes. Hello, Alfie speaking.